Hello Crystalites and welcome to my channel. It's a new day, it's a new recipe, and of course it's a new taste. Today on Crystal Zone I will be presenting this fantastic Cameroonian dish to you called Koki corn. Now this is a meal that is traditionally made from three main ingredients, namely fresh corn, palm oil and cocoyam leaves. But since I do not have cocoyam leaves available, I will be using spinach as a substitute. Wow, look at this color. The brightness is all thanks to the palm oil and the spinach just complements it. As for the taste, you really have to experience it by yourself to understand what I'm talking about. Now let's see how this magic happens. First of all, I'll start by peeling the corn. So I'm using fresh corn because it's sweet and tasty, and of course this is the season. But if it's not available in the area where you live or it's out of season, you can as well use canned corn. It's also going to be just fine. This is a recipe for 5 bundles or 5 portions of Koki corn. For that we are going to need 2.5 kilograms of fresh corn, which is approximately 10 whole cobs of corn, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of African mixed spices. So in this case I used soya spice mix, Maggi cube or bouillon of your choice, 1 cup of palm oil, 1 kilogram of spinach. So I'm going to be using frozen spinach, but if you do have fresh spinach handy, please feel free to use that. It's going to be the same result. For wrapping, we'll be using baking sheets and aluminum foil. So let's get started. Since I'll be using a small blender or a small mixer which has only a capacity of about 1 liter, I'll add about 4 handsful of corn into the mixer. I don't want to put so much because it will be difficult to blend it. Then I'm going to add some water, just enough to cover the corn. Now guys, guess what happened? I had an accident. Oops! The cup of my blender dropped and got broken just after I finished grinding the last batch of corn. So now I'm only left with the small ones, meaning I need a new blender. Well, things like this do happen even to the best cooks. Please notice that the mixture isn't a smooth paste, it's a little chaffy. That's how it's supposed to be. Now we'll go ahead and add the seasoning and palm oil. Now if your palm oil is clotted, it's important to heat it up a little before using, because this is going to make the mixing process easier and you will also achieve a good blend with the other ingredients. Please remember to taste as you mix, because once the mixture is wrapped or when the Koki corn is ready, adding any seasonings to it will be quite difficult or impossible. So I'm going to show you 2 methods of wrapping the Koki corn. The first is the flat method. So roll out the aluminum foil to about, this is like 50 centimeters. Place a baking sheet on it. And then I'll just take like 2 scoops of my Koki corn mix. If you are using canned corn, you will not have the same texture like this after blending. You will have to sterilize the paste with corn or whole wheat flour. In German it's called Grieß, but here I don't need it since this corn is very high in starch, so my texture is perfect. Now we'll go ahead with rolling. When done with that, tightly but carefully fold both ends so that the liquid doesn't escape. Now place at the angled edge of the foil and start rolling to the back. the second method, we will need a deep bowl. So let's compare this one and these two together so you can see the difference. So I'm not using this one because it's too deep. This is a little bit shallow. Okay. Here we go, into the pot. Of course, to cook our koki corn, we will need some water, and this will first of all have to bring to a boil. And then we will start placing the koki corn bundles and rolls in the pot one at a time. If you don't want to have the bottom of your koki corn burned, just in case you forget adding water in time, then you could place a plate or a rack at the bottom of the pot for elevation. Whenever you add water to the pot, this elevation will protect your koki corn from drowning. Also remember not to add so much water at once, and this should always be hot boiling water, because if you use cold water, it's going to reduce the temperature in the pot, and by doing so, this is going to ruin the texture of your koki corn, so you won't have that perfect taste in the end. So please take note of that. Our koki corn is ready. Ooh, it's hot. Oh! Cut all that before. All the heat. Ouch. I mean, you don't have to do it like me. You can let it cool down for some time before opening. So this is how this looks. Besides the taste, koki corn is very affordable, easy to prepare, and it's ideal for families and social gatherings. You can even freeze it and consume as need arises. You will agree with me that this looks appetizing, right? And you can't wait to try it in your own kitchen. Please do that and you won't regret. I hope with this video I have made cooking koki corn easy for you. If you like it, please give me that thumb up, and I'll also appreciate if you share my video and also subscribe to my channel. Please watch out for my next episode coming up next week. Bye bye, and thanks for watching.